Well, hello everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. Today we're gonna do a viewer appreciation as the month continues on. We're now one stream after the big group flight to Narita Saturday. Monday shift at work, folks. Wait, not Monday, Sunday. Sorry. Yeah, it was that you can get an idea. It's that kind of a shift, folks. So that's why yesterday was canceled. May be flown at a later date, but for now canceled. But today we'll continue on. Now we've modified this flight, changed it a couple times, but the overall flavor that was suggested by the CEO and of course beautiful wife um, to head down to Cape Town, South Africa. She has some relatives there, so she thought, hey, let's go visit. So we are. And Philos gave us a great idea of flying into Tanzania. That was where this started, but that ended up being just about as long as the flight to Narita, and I wasn't about ready to do that again. Um, Gotten a lot older since I used to do it, and the body just went, no. However, in the spirit of Felix's idea, the idea was behind a safari. So I looked it up on the good old Mr. Google and found out that Botswana happens to be one of the #1 destinations, especially for family-friendly safaris. And that's where we sit today in Botswana. The town is Gaborone, I believe is how you pronounce this, Botswana, the capital. We are getting ready to jet back to Cape Town. Cape of Good Hope. Well, we won't be going there, but we'll be going to the airport close by. So, and we're going to do it in style, X-Plane 12 style, if you will, in the Citation 10. It is one of the default aircraft that come with it. And no, folks, you don't have to spend all this different categorized, try to figure out what you want. It's just in one package. It all comes. So we're going to take the Citation out of Botswana down to Cape Town, and I hope you enjoy it. I am a bit rusty, as my Discord message said, so we're dusting off rust from our wings and hopefully try to make this a pleasant adventure. But our 8 passengers are currently signing multiple NDAs, so they can't complain about how badly the flight went. And I know every pilot out there is going, oh, why couldn't you let us do that? But no, actually, their flights go really well, so they don't need them. But anyway, folks, with a little tongue in cheek there, we'll have fun. Try to have some fun along the way. The one thing I kind of miss from flight sims, and you all may say in the on the dark side there with Microsoft, um, they're there, the animals. I kind of miss them. And in this situation, it would be kind of neat to be able to fly like a Cub or um, Bush type aircraft out into the safari lands to see what we can see. But, hey, I do kind of miss them. But then again, eh, you know, bird strikes would be cool. But again, not cool. I went through too many over the past weekend. Even though I was dispatching them out and my guys were out going after all of the different bird strikes, um, I kind of really don't care. So anyway, so we're off and running, folks. There it is, the Citation 10. We'll do a quick look around the airplane here. Hang on a second. There it goes. It is a beautiful plane, and from what I understand, and y'all out there that are more up on the corporate jet world, I believe this aircraft isn't in production anymore. It's in a different form, but this actual plane is not. It was actually one of, I think, many, but one that definitely held a title. It could but was not certified to go supersonic. So there were a few pilots took it to supersonic, and there are a few less pilots because they did. The aircraft is not certified, however. It's not hard to tell when you look at that big engine, two of them in the back of this little light Tonka toy in front of it. Yeah, it's going to go fast. So, um, but it's a beautiful plane with a beautiful price tag. Don't get me, don't get me started on that one. You start at about. Well, this is when I know it was still in production. You start at like 30, 40, 50 million dollars, and then you outfit the inside. Oh yeah, these were very expensive planes, folks. Along with your Gulf 5, 6, whatever the heck they're up to now with Gulfstream. Very, very, and your the companion Candid Air. They are very expensive planes for a very expensive purpose. They get people to their points fast and without seeing TSA. Because it does, I mean, I get it, TSA, they have a job to do, and a lot of people don't like the delays they cause, so they opt into these guys, and well, they do bypass, for the most part, TSA, and don't get hassled. So I get it. I get that world. Believe me. I work with, in conjunction with TSA. I get it. I get where you're coming from. At least our airport's not as bad as, like, say, in Orlando, LA, JFK. Oh my God, I can't even think what it's like at JFK, Newark, or even LaGuardia, sorry. I just can't imagine what it's like. So, saw it a little bit many years ago in Orlando. Don't want to ever see it again. All right, enough chit chat. Let's get going, folks, shall we? We're going to just do the pre flight outside the plane since it's so nice here in Botswana. Let me see here. I didn't think I had it. Where are you, Sim Toolkit? There you are. Almost clicked that other screen. All right, folks, there you are. We're at the bottom quarter, I don't know, bottom eighth of Africa, way down at the bottom, folks. And believe it or not, wait till you see these lat lawns. It's still not as far south, like some places up north where we'll, see all four seasons. As you can tell, it gets pretty dry. Today's weather. Currently variable winds. It says clear and visibility okay. Looking around Sim Toolkit, yeah, I'd say that meets 23 degrees Celsius, which my handy dandy chart here says is about 70. So, folks, not a bad day down there. It is, to their credit, it is their quote winter time down there. So, yeah, it looks comfortable. I would not want to see their summertime. Oh my gosh, I got a bad feeling about that. The dew point, though, is -2 Celsius. So it's a very dry 70 out there. So you may even need a jacket. But anyway, the barometer's way up there at the QNH of 1024. Nothing significant in the area. Yeah, there is. Me. But anyway, moving on. All right, so we do have a tower currently up in Cape Town, where we're headed. I didn't even think. We didn't have to head to Cape Town Airport. We could have gone to one of the others. I wasn't thinking. Oh, well. All right, but the weather down there, folks, just about as tranquil as here. Winds are out of the southwest at about 13. Some variableness to them. 6,000 meters on the visibility, and 1,500 foot clouds to negotiate, and a broken layer at 3,500 feet. Okay, so it's a little cloudy there, a little cooler, close into the 60s, 13 degrees Celsius, and a QNH down there of 1022. So the calling, nothing significant, but I think there's some rain about to move in. But again, we've seen downpours, and it says nothing significant. I'm like, I don't know where they get that term. All right, so Sim Toolkit, you all know, is my one-stop shop. So, and we'll go ahead for now. We'll get the ATIS ahead of time. This is what's on VATSIM right now. Mirrors the same. They're actually using 1.9. So I'll check my flight plan. I think we're going to have to change. And we're going to, it looks like, expect the ILS. So transition level, folks, this is where you get it a lot when you're over in Europe. This half of the world, because everybody wants their own transition level. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. So transition level is 8,500 feet. Or we could say, is it 85 feet? I'll let you decide. All right. So as you can see, our airport, we are going to be taking off runway 8, which is 13,000 feet long. We're almost 3,300 feet up MSL to start with. So think of it like Vegas. Vegas is about 2,700 feet MSL. So you're up at that level, folks. Winds, let's see, runway heading is 78. So you get a lot of information here. We can also pull our METAR here that we just saw. And we get that other little data like slopes and all, which, by the way, are modeled in the default aircraft here. Now, when you start putting on payware, you may start losing that. I'm going to warn you, folks. So I haven't fully tested this out yet, and I'm waiting for an airport I know with a sloped runway to try it out. Okay. With payware. In default, it's there. I know the slope. I know what it looks like. It's just finding payware for it. I want to see if it models into it or if it flattens it like Flight Sim would. A case in point with Flight Sim. Not digging it, folks. Back in the world of FSX and going back. So we're going back many years. Remember, there's a big gap between FSX and this one. Lukla, if you're not familiar with, is one of the most dangerous approaches out there. It's a 17, 18, 1900 foot runway uphill. At the end, you hit a concrete wall so you don't go into the city or the village, whatever it is. It's at the base of Mount Everest. It's in Nepal, the Himalayas. Okay, you go up, I don't know, what is it, 4 or 5% grade? I forget. It's a pretty steep incline. It's a very dangerous turn. The whole thing's dangerous, but in FSX, I can confirm, folks, the runway was sloped default. You throw payware, you throw freeware airports at it, it flattened it because of the flattens within it. So that's why I put that out, like I said. It was amazing because you could actually shoot, go up the slope if you kept it default. I'm not going to say it looked great. I don't even think it had the little turnaround terminal up there in the helicopter port midway. Don't remember much about it, folks. But the slope was there so long as you didn't mess with it. Once you messed with it, poof, it went away until you got rid of it and then you got default back. So that's why I'm curious how X-Plane, this was FSX. So I'm curious how that is. And I'm not going to fly Lukla just no desire. Just too tough. Just like Saba Island, folks. We lined up on it and I went, that's way too short. No, because I know I won't be able to do it. So I know my limitations and I know when it's time to definitely abort a landing. So sometimes I push it. You're right. I heard that out in the galley. I heard y'all snickering at me. Yeah, that one I knew. So, but anyway, back to it. Let's look at our charts here. You can see our route here. Let me put it in the chat for you so you can get better eyes on it if your eyes are like mine. Um, so we're going to be going out on the Teso 2 departure to ETBED. Now, I really had a shorter route planned, but I thought, I got a feeling they probably, because this is Johannesburg right here, folks. This distance here interferes with them. I got a feeling they'd prefer me going out that way. So that's why I went ahead and took the first route that came up in SimBrief. If you're not familiar with SimBrief, folks, great program, free program. All you got to do is go in, register, boom, give them an email, and you're set to go for this portion. You can put some planes in there under airframes. I got a ton of them in there. Then you can just start building flights up. And here is today's flight. Okay, now this is in what's called LIDO. I don't like that term, and I don't know what it actually stands for. Why don't we just say default? I mean, this is what you get when you just, but if you go in, you can change this format to American, United, Southwest, Lufthansa, Qantas. I mean, a lot of the big airlines are there. Now, if you're going to look for like Allegiant or not even FedEx or UPS, they won't be in there either, because they're cargo folks. Let's get real. That's why. I mean, they don't run passengers. UPS guys, easy. I know. I know. I know you did. And then people go, what? Yeah, UPS does and used to. I don't know if they still do. They used to run passengers. We'll leave that to another day. But yes, they did. But still, you can get a lot of the major airlines in there. So if you're a real world pilot for, say, American, you can actually see the formatted flight plan that you probably are very close to used to. United and so forth. So, but anyway, so here's our flight. 8 people, 444 pounds of passengers. Well, their payload does not add up to mine. It ended up at 2,500 pounds. So I upped the fuel to 8,500. So just so you know. And here's our route. And then here's some interesting things. Now, once you go through, you set all this up, you'll hit generate flight. This is what comes up. So beautiful rendition. I can come over here. Let's see, what kind of significance do we have? Well, we got a jet stream cutting right over Cape Town at 36,000. We'll be below it by then. I can turn the radar on, which as I said, I don't know if there's anything, but it's sure acting like there could be some rain. And then finally, here's our centers around us. We're up here in Botswana. Here's northern South Africa, southern South Africa. That kind of sounds weird. But anyway, you can set it up to show you that. You can show the North Atlantic tracks, the Pacific tracks that we use to Narita. I forget this one. Airways, waypoints, NDBs, VORs, airports. You can show them up here and get a visual of what you're flying in. You can even change up the map, folks. So it's really a really good program. Once you have this, if you have the NavGraph charts, you can import. Now what it's going to do is open up the web-based charts, and you can make a PDF of it. You can download it to your favorite aircrafts, file your flight plan, and so forth. You can even validate. I don't know if this works anymore because nothing ever seems to turn out right on it anymore. You guys out in SimWorld, let me know if the IFPS validate works anymore. All right, and then down here you can go to SkyVector, which I don't know why I have to continually reset, but I do. We're at FBSK, and we're going to FACT. Uh-oh, I typed in something wrong. FS. Oh, I did it wrong. That's why. FBSK. Okay. There we go. And you can see we have SIGs out all over the place. So when you have SIGs for turbulence, okay, so far just turbulence. About down here, all turbulence. Okay, well then I guess this is what threw me off. I thought we had significant weather. We don't. All right, so we just got a lot of turbulence. We're going to be bouncing around. How high is it through here, by the way? Let's see. Doesn't really say. Okay, well, we'll be ready for it because basically we're going to run over here down this airway into our location. Okay, then from here, I can now pull up my charts program. Okay, so first let me unload last flight. Now, how you do that? Real simple, folks. Click Import, Import to SimBrief, and click the Download guy. And poof, there's your flight. Oh my gosh, my head is so stuffed up. All right, so we're going to head out to ETBED. You can just see it across here. It's the same flight plan you just saw. Down here, any SIDS or stars are automatically populated down here. You just have to go in and put the runways in, and the runway is populated already here. We'll hold off on down here till we're airborne. See what Cape Town's changed on us. So really, one-stop shop. Now, DATIS, that will not work out here. Told you, it's only U.S., Anchorage, Honolulu, San Juan. Outside the U.S., if it says DATIS, it won't work. And I don't know the website to go to. So, all right, so there's our pre-flight, folks. It's 25 minutes into the flight. What do you say? I think y'all are ready to fly because here come the passengers. All right, while we're waiting on them, a few more minutes, I was told. Let's get some checks done here real quick. Now, I don't have this loaded up, but folks, if you have X-Plane 10 or 12, sorry, go to your X-Plane folder, look for, there's a Citation 10 operations manual. That's where I'm working from, folks. So, all right, so currently we are on external power. We are currently with the batteries on, and we have all of the interior on. We're going to go ahead, flip over, and let's just double check we're loaded right. Pretty sure we are, but you never know. 2,500 pounds. You can see I've got pilot crew of 2, 439 pounds for them. Here's our 8 passengers, and their 400 pounds of cargo, and our 8,000 pounds of fuel. All right, APU. Real simple here, folks. I'm just going to center it up better for you so you can see. All right, real simple. Master switch on. Then we're going to click APU start. Lift, wait for like 3 seconds, and then it'll start firing up. And there it goes. Okay, at 100% RPMs, which will be this, no, right up here, we can then turn the generator on and then the bleed. Okay, we're just waiting for it to settle down here on the EGT. Gen's on. Bleed's on. And we'll turn our packs on. Start cooling the bird down, as they say. Go ahead and turn on our... Okay, isolation valve. Open. All right. All right, so let's come down here now. Okay, avionics, ECAS, we've already got them on. Come on. Okay, let's go to our ECAS. Hang on a second. Oh, here we go. Electrics. Everything's running good. Batteries, volts. I'm going to come off external power. Okay, so we're looking good. Oh, by the way, I also have the auxiliary pump running. Forgot to tell you that. All right, and currently that means the aircraft is ready for engine start. Not 100%. You see these bad boys here? We got to program them. All right, now I have already done a co-route for this. What I'm going to do is stay off this one for now, work for this one. Our moderator, Hawker125, asked me a question a couple days ago. It was so easy. I just was in the middle. I think it was the 747, but it may have been the flight before. I wasn't about to open up another plane, folks. But the answer I knew was simple. I just needed to see it. But the problem is there's no documentation on this. So, hint, hint, laminar. So all you do here, folks, to get this thing up and ready to go, since we're on the APU, on the generator for the APU, click, okay, first verify, and we're good from 13 July to 10 August 23. Today's date looks good. GMT is set differently than the real world. You all know I do fly very rarely at night, and the reason being is you can't see the plane at night. I like being able to go out and do, say, this. And look at that beautiful plane in the air and turns and screenshots and all that good stuff that you all could do. But in the nighttime, you can't see it. All right. So that's why we like to fly daytime. And I chose sunrise for this one. Probably going to be a pain in the rear, I can tell, coming with the sun. But that loosen up behind the wheel made that decision. So he has to live with it. All right. The other nice thing is it pops out. So you have that to your benefit too. I really wish all of their planes had this capability, but it is what it is. But laminar, hint, hint, documentation on this would be so nice. And don't email me saying for me to do it. And we'll look in the back here because, you know, that is another thing I love that Laminar did do. They didn't hold back on the interiors as some do. All right, so let's do it. So again, we verified all of this looks good. Click flight plan. Actually, the next step would be to align your system. So we would go here, position init, and you'll see a whole bunch here. We're going to load off of our GPS. Okay, so that brings us here. Now we're even. Okay. Hawker and anyone curious about this, it's very simple. Load, or let's go back to flight plan, your list. Okay. We're going to go back and we're going to just simply load. Hoping I pushed the right one. Yes. And activate. And it's going to take us out to ET, and it takes off the SIDS and the SARS. So you've got some work ahead of you, but it's helping you if you look at the screen. But you can go next. First off, if you, I got to remember where everything is on here. All right, where's my map? Da, 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 da. Like I said, folks, knocking the rust off. Hang on. Sure, it's right over here. MFD map. I think that's the one I want. Let's find out. Nope. Okay, I don't know. I'll be honest. Again, lack of documentation is the problem here. How we get this into a way to verify our route. So you just have to go through, hope for the best, watch it as you're flying. Okay, so now we'll go to departure. Now we know runway 8. Again, it's lining up not the greatest, so that's why I'm kind of hesitant when you see me doing these. Very hesitant. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this out, and I'm going to pull up charts. This is the standalone version of what you saw in Sim Toolkit. Okay. Now here we're going to actually go to the departure. First off, let's just do our departure brief. We're on the TIOS 2 Alpha. RNIP departure off runway 8. RNIP means we're going to be going specific departure pattern fixes and all to achieve this departure. It's not like fly this radial off this VOR, catch this radial off this VOR to catch this one. No, we're flying specifically set up routes built into the systems to end up at ETBED. So SK502, TIOS, and so forth. So TIOS 2 Alpha. Okay, again, read it. We're taking off FBSK, runway 8, TIOS. Perfect. To ETBED. Look at how it reads out, folks. If that's correct, click Add or Activate, and there you go. Now you just look for discontinuities. Okay, ETBED, and it looks like we roll right on. Oops, back it up. Okay, I'm going to go back to the flight plan page. Do I have a way? I'm going to go ahead and put our alternate in. Today's alternate is FAUP. So we just type it in, FAP. I say, and it doesn't do. Okay, we'll come back to it. Go back to nav. Flight plan. Okay, so we've done our departure. Now we do our initialization. Okay, full perf, that's all fine. Go next. Climb, it's good. Next, step climbs. Set right, fuel reserve, okay, that all looks good. Transition level, let's see if there's one up here. 7,000. Now, I don't know. Do we have a standard button here? Yes, we'll put it in. 1, 2, 3. All right. Initial cruise altitude, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, and I don't like that I don't have executes. I always get in trouble without them. And then init B fuel. Fuel gauge reads. Is that serious? 8,000? I thought I had more. Hang on, folks. We'll go up here. Okay, we'll go with it. 8,000. Back up. We'll put it in. 8,000. Confirm. Perf data. Let's just do next. Next. Okay, take off. 4 pages here, folks. Okay, that all looks like the weather looks pretty deep. That ain't right. We're at like 3024. Are we going pressure altitude? I'm going to leave that for now. Wind is wrong too. Okay, and slope. That we'll leave. Next page. Can I go flaps 5? Yeah. Or 5. We'll do that one. Okay, we've been through that. How do I get? I can't remember here, folks. Help me out if you know. All right, here's where I got into trouble before. Where are my takeoff speeds? They are achievable here. There they are. I knew they were here, folks. Okay, did you see how I did that? I'm going to hope to remember how to do this. Okay, once you confirm, go to page 2. You'll come up to here. Go to page 2. Boom, 127, 127, 138. Although that seems awful fast. All right. There we go. Okay, so now they're set. And all we got to do is come up here, click V speeds, click takeoff, and away we go. And it's set to auto, so whatever sets here will come down here when we click. All right. So return, and it's under V speed. All right. Now, see our progress page. PFD setup. HEPA. Turn. And then we need to set our ranges and all of that up. And then we'll be ready for the peeps to come in. Okay. Go ahead and put that down below. Now our ranges are set up over here. We are 1024. Okay. Okay, bear with me as I try to think I'm getting a lot of aircraft mixed up in my head right now. And the weather's off. I think I really am getting a lot of aircraft mixed in my head right now. So let's do it, shall we? Let's get those people aboard and let's just delve in. Let me check my checklist here real quick. Engine start. Let's see afterwards. Generators, APU, cross feeds, normal. Seatbelts set for takeoff. Okay. Okay, let me do one check here, make sure we're squawking properly, and then we're going to come online. Okay. Okay. Okay, we are on 122.8. I'm going to go ahead and file a flight plan real quick. Then let them know in the FBO. Send them our way. We're ready. I know that time is off. We're now going to call it 17. And there we go. All right. All right, folks, we are ready to go. I know it took a while, but we're getting a little faster at this plane. All right, and where's this guy going? Okay. We almost did a plane change here, folks. Just because of the fun here. I really thought about it, but nope, we'll keep it as is. Coming on. EJA 572. Is that correct for the call sign? 750. And then one last thing to do, we're going to go ahead and pull charts down. Get Mac Air running. And we're ready to go. Okay, folks, I know we've been running long here. Exclamation ticket will get you in the running for a gift card we're giving away, not this Thursday, but next Thursday's flight. You're going to enjoy that. Check the schedules out. But it is more of what I was wanting flare-wise for our last viewer appreciation flight. So, hanging on here just a second, folks. There's the flight. Fly the bid. Go to Pyreps. And the fun part. Okay. Nice try. Well, that's what I set it at. So I said 39,000 just thinking. And, wrong. Oh, and I got to change the route too. Hang on. That's right. I did change that. Okay. So we are flying Tesso. And that's the only bummer, folks. I really would have loved to have flown the original route. It's like 2% off what, is direct. And this is 12%. All right, so we got everything loaded. Let's load our aircraft with 8 people and start the flight. Boom, there we go. All right, folks, again, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard our paying passengers, and hope you all enjoy this ride. All right, time to fire up. Okay, one last walk around. APU is running. See what I mean? I think that sun's going to be in our eyes. Hope not, but I have a feeling it will be. All right, let's get in here and crank it up, shall we? Okay, throttles to idle. We'll start the right engine first. What I'm going to do is pull that up so you can watch it, and I can too. Technically, the way these start up normally, folks, you don't put them to idle. You do them one at a time and you move the throttle to idle once you're at your pressure. Push the button and watch. All right, folks. We got the right engine fired up, all stabilized, going for the left. And there goes the buildup. Okay, we're stabilized both engines. So we'll come right down here, go to generator and generator. Avionics are on. Little concerned here that we got one of the engines up so high, but they seem to be fine. Not sure on that. We'll have to kind of watch flying conditions. Okay, scrolling down. All right, so okay, so we can kill APU. Generator. Okay, and there it goes, shutting down the APU left and left-hand center tanks to normal. See what that is. Hang on, folks. Okay, and then seatbelts. Okay, stabilizer trim. Hang on a second here, folks. Trying to get a better idea. All right, so we're at minus 6.1, so we're set for takeoff. Where is this trim wheel? All right. All right, and why do we have no takeoff? We'll get the windshield on. Oh, man. Okay, we'll set flaps 5. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let me just pull this up one last time. Okay, go back to normal and back to there. I know there's a way to kick that range down. I just can't, for the life of me, remember. First off, get rid of that. Let me just look one more time. There we go. All right, now I'm getting a better range on it. There, there we go. Okay, now we're good to go. All right, let's do it, folks. And taxi lights on. Just so you all get a feel for where everything's hiding. They're right here. Then your runway lights are right here. Your sync for your engine, and so forth. And as I just realized, parking brake is right there. Okay, and I'm going to do a do it one more time. We did this once, folks, and It really deployed. Okay, we'll do our emergency stows. Okay, and then lastly, okay, here we go. Brake check. So let's get this chart. I'm a little, all right, so we're gonna definitely come out of here. Come out of the GA lot here. Head up to the end of the runway. Oh, I thought that was like a white line for didn't know it was our taxi line. All right, folks, again, sorry it's taken so long. Like I said, knocking rust off here. It's been a while since we took this one into the air. And not sure if FedEx in the real world comes here or not. Doesn't matter. There they are. But here's the terminal, folks. Which, believe it or not, a lot of GA do still pull in there. All right, again, the reason this airport, and one, it's because most people don't know about it. You know, let's be honest, Botswana, I didn't even know where the heck it was until I looked it up and then found out it was, well, I found out through the initial search of safaris, where the #1 safaris are, and they said Botswana, especially family friendly. I said, well, hey, there we go. So that's what brought us here. And then the Citation 10, I know Hawker likes seeing it fly, so I thought at least once we'd get it airborne. So I thought this would be a good one. Now, out of Dar es Salaam, this would have been a good run too. It's just 6 hours flying, and really not up for 6 hours again today, folks. So that is my apology. But folks, this is your, your month. You're the viewers. You're the ones. So as a moderator, that's what I thought I'd give him the, let him see it. And hopefully he was able to or will watch the little area on FMC prep. May even do a more how-to into this, since there really isn't much out there in one of these airplanes that, X-Plane really did a great job on. Let's get real here, folks. I mean, okay, I'm looking here at the gauges, but let me just do this while we head for the runway. I'm just going to look back into the cabin. Oh, dag nabbit, he's on the plane again. Austin must have heard me bad-mouthing. He's here to evaluate us, folks. Doggone it. So that's great to have Austin in the back seat. You know what's funny is I did looked at this yesterday before the flight, and he wasn't there. Yeah. So I'm sure he is where most people are in the United States this week. Oshkosh. Oshkosh. As it's AirVenture 2023. One of these, that is on my bucket list, folks, to get out there. Here's where the cargo ramp was and where FedEx should have been parked. But anyway, we'll leave that. But last year at this time, he had the announcement about X-Plane 12. And he's lived up to that announcement for the most part, folks. It's a very nice simulator, beautiful clouds. Okay, granted, I can't show off the clouds on this one till we get closer to Cape Town. But folks, just fantastic scenery, fantastic aircraft, fantastic. I mean, that's the biggest word I can use for it. Just, I mean, in many cases, unbelievable what they've done. And through listening to some of the videos with him and all, also Mike Brown, who does a lot of the computer software. I don't know exactly all what he's shown off. I can't wait for some of this to come in. Folks, if you're in X-Plane 12 and you're in a windy place, look at the trees. That was one thing he intrigued me with. The trees rustling in the wind. There's something that's starting to get down to a level of detail, folks, most forget. Case in point with Tolus. Activate the service trucks for the right side doors. Watch them. Not many GSX companies out there that make GSX for aircraft, the ground service equipment. Think about all the nuances Tolus went into theirs. It's kind of like what Laminar's done with their planes. They have gone that extra to give it a little bit more realism to you without spending any extra money for it. And what I'm talking about with the ground service equipment, when the box goes up, look what happens before. You don't see that with much. That's a level of detail, folks, not caught by many. So, my hat's off to you guys. And if what he says they're working on it, granted, I get what he's talking about. The next evolution in that tree rustling that I told you about. Yeah, think about where that can go, folks. And that's a lot of work. But boy, if that comes, wow. That'll be on par with a different simulator than even what we're used to, folks. Because that's where I first saw it myself. But we're going to leave those teasers for the man. All right, so let's do our final takeoff checks. Guess what? We don't have auto brakes. So we just have to do it the old Fred Flintstone way and stick our feet out to stop the plane. It hurts, but you know, hey, what we do. All right, so landing lights. Well, first off, we'll get our clearance from Clarence. Okay, I've got no ATC up. So airspace is ours. Oh, we might need that. Oh boy. All right. I actually want to check something. I'm sure there's going to be a question coming in. What are my frame rates? Let's look. The easiest way for me, instead of that little graph, and I'm sorry, that's just, well, not too bad. While we're here, let's get the map set up. This AvTab, folks, that you saw called Aviator's Tablet, folks, it's free. All you got to do is put it in your plugins. It's really dynamite. You can put checklists in here. I haven't found any yet for the, again, go ahead, gig me back there, Austin, but there's no documentation really for this plane. You got a great checklist, but the checklist is lagging in many areas. in it, for instance, right here. So, and I know you're saying, well, go make it. No. So, we can discuss that. Radio management set. Landing gear will go up when we're airborne. Flaps will go up pretty quick too. All right, and we're ready to go. All right, let's review real quick. Takeoff speeds. Click here, go to V speeds. Takeoff speeds. Okay, so V1's 127, rotates 127, V2's 138. You guys new to flight simming are going, what mumbo jumbo did you just say? Your safety speed. So if I lose an engine, folks, or something that will prohibit the aircraft from flight before 127 knots, I really have a hard time believing there's no auto brakes, but there are no auto brakes. We got to stop, and we got plenty of runway at 127 to get stopped. Also, VR is rotate, so they're the one and the same. 138 is enough to clear a 50-foot obstacle, which will be no problem on this runway. All right, so here we go. Landing lights. On. Now they say we can turn the takeoff light or the taxi lights off. And if memory serves, I think they're right. Now we'll leave them on for now. It isn't going to hurt anything. Let's get over here and get our strobes on as I work and try to remember everything. Okay. Let me just... All right, that isn't doing what I think I want it to do. Let's go. That definitely is not what I want. All right, so we're ready to go. Here we go. I am hoping we're set right. Here we go. Brakes off. Box Bravo Sierra Kilo Box Bravo Sierra Kilo traffic citation 750. X-ray Papa departing 8. All right, we may have to put the aviator glasses on, folks. Here we go. Yeah, let's try it. What the heck? It worked a little. We'll do it. Power up. Okay, and this is a lot like an Airbus here, folks. Okay, we don't have a warning. 80 knots, airspeed's good. Remember, 127, stick neutral. Rotating.
V1.
Aussie rate, up with the gear. Okay. All right, we're going to go to FMS. See if I remember how the autopilot works.
V2.
And now I got to remember how to dial up the altitude. That's the one thing I am missing right now. Think, where is it? Okay, I remembered I said something here. We got to come back. Okay, hang on. About ready to pull the flaps up. At least we're on course. Now I'm working on getting our altitude set. Just can't remember off the top of my head, folks. Okay, flaps up. This correction has got slats right now. They're coming up. All right. How do I get my altitude? Come on, Mike. Come on. How do we do it? Okay, that's weird. All right, altitude, altitude. Holding it right about there till we get above 10,000. Okay. We really got to find this altitude. Oh, I know where it's at now.
10,000 feet.
Give me that. Okay. Course. All right, now we'll go for VNAV to see how that does. Okay, not doing well. And we'll turn the altitude off, as that didn't do what we wanted. All right, I think we finally got her all figured out, folks. Like I said, very rusty with the plane, but overall we're in control, way above standard. So let's kick that button right now.
$18,000 feet.
Okay, sorry again for the quietness. We're way above landing lights and all, so we'll turn those off. Flaps and all are up. And all right, let me see where I am here. All right, we're about to T-sauce. Gonna bear with me here. Everything is kind of slow right now. Okay, so you can see where we are, T-sauce. We're going to be headed to here, ETBED, and I think we just crossed it. Now, why the flight? Okay, the flight plan is following it. Okay, so there's that, and we've got 6 pages worth. So, a long way to go, and we're on our way, maintaining a pretty good speed. If I put her in climb, folks, she doesn't want to seem to hold it. Like, that's what my mind thinks. Not the greatest in thinking, obviously, but let's go ahead and be nice to our passengers. That's what they paid for. Okay, hang on a second. Why is that not centering like it's supposed to? All right, well, we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to keep our climb, keep our speeds. Going to push up just a bit. So we can keep our climb rate up, because that's what this plane's known for, folks. Getting up and getting to altitude so they can just cruise above everybody. And they do it at quite a good speed. We're going to do our best to maintain Mach 0.86. But routinely, this plane would fly 0.9 to 9.5. Matt Air, welcome. That is the default 10. Yes, sir. Welcome in, Matt Air. Hope you're having a great day. And we're doing our best here to try not to crash it. Just a lot of things to try to remember with each little nuances with each plane. I am one day going to do like some streamers and just write up checklists for me to pull up, set off here, and just scroll through or go down and get them done. Because there are things on these planes, folks, that are so different. Oh, you know what I forgot to click? FMS. There we go. Little things like that, folks. And getting about 30,000 feet now, so. But yeah, folks, again, these planes started in the 30s of millions of dollars, $30 million, and went up from there. Usually doubled that price tag by the time the end user finished the interior. Ungodly what some of these look like. The gold, the platinum, and I mean, just gorgeous on the inside. Like I said, you may pay 30 million for the base plane and put another 30 mil in it in amenities. Uh-oh, I think we just came off course. Let's try. Let's see if we can go direct. Okay, what happened by me doing that? Okay, let's go back to nav. Go direct one more time. Oh boy. There she goes. Maybe I did have it in, in direct and didn't know it. Okay, and I clicked it off, I'll bet. All right, so now the only thing I'm not certain of is if we're going to level off at 43. All right, what we are going to do is start bringing that nose down. Where's VS? Okay, we're going to go into climb power. Okay. We're going to hold it here as we go through 38. All right, I'm watching this very carefully, folks. All right. Okay, we're at Mach 90, so we can come up a little bit. See if it'll set out the okay, 1,000 to go. Okay, that's a good sign. The VS, good. It looks like it is going to take. Cool. All right, looks like we're good as we enter the turn to head to Cape Town. All right, folks, hope you're enjoying a citation run here. We're going to go ahead and go into cruise. See what that does to our speed. That 90 or 98? 90. Okay. All right, folks, as you see, an hour and 15 minutes to Cape Town. And do I have TCAS on? There we go. Not going to say it's going to do much, folks. TCAS. All right, folks, we are on our way. Level at 43,000. Looks like a little porpoising going on. But overall, we're doing a good job. Let me center my heading just on the outside chance. All right, and off we go, folks. An hour and 12 minutes to go. Enjoy the ride. Hope you're getting what you want out of this plane, folks. I don't fly it a lot. I have a lot of fun around Lent flying it to different smaller airports for fish fries. But folks, you come up with a great flight plan, I can start looking at incorporating that into here. I mean, like I said, I chose Cape Town International, but there's an airport north of there I could have flown this thing into, and oh well, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But anyway, so folks, enjoy. I'm going to take a quick break, hit the lav, go talk with the passengers, and we'll be right back. We'll take a tour of the cabin here before top of descent. So we'll be right back with you. All right, folks, I'm back, and I just saw we got rated. Wow. Hang on a second here. Let me get all the details. Where is it? Here, no. Why is my thing so hard to catch up here with me? Catch up here with me. Uh-oh, we got something echoing. There we go. BSO double lot one, thank you. And raiders, welcome aboard. Appreciate the raid. Hope your stream went well there, BSO. And I'm glad that your raiders are here. Folks, if you enjoy, we're today in the Citation 10. Hey, we'd love you to hit follow, but thank you for coming aboard. Every one of you are eligible. We're in Viewer Appreciation Month. Exclamation mark ticket. And that'll put you in the running for a gift card. We're raffling it off Thursday, the 27th. That's not this week, next week, on our final flight of Viewer Appreciation Month. Think you all will love it. I teased it a little bit, and we're going to continue our long flight that we did last time from Honolulu to Tokyo. This time we're going to go a little shorter, but into one of flight simming and the real world's challenging airports. No, it's not Lukla that we talked about, folks. That would be a heck of a flight. And to land it in a 737 or higher would even be more of a challenge than you could imagine. No, we're heading to Kai Tak. It's not around these days. It's the old Hong Kong International Airport. Very famous approach, the checkerboard approach, IGS 13. Now, we can't fly the IGS, but we can pretty much, quote, quote, fly the checkerboard. And basically what they would do, folks, in the real world, you got your procedure, you're coming down a displaced localizer is what the IGS was. And then at a particular DME, which just happened to have, you guessed it, a checkerboard, you turned for the runway. And then when your wings came level, you're over the some of the heavier populated areas of that day, right over the tops where they could literally on their roofs spin your wheels as you try to get straightened out for the runway right ahead of you. Hence, eventually it would take 50, 60, 70 years of all of this. Now, granted, in the early days, it wouldn't be all that bad. But in the heart of the jet age, oh yeah, they had some little mishaps that occurred on that runway. Wingtips touching, engines touching, damage, you guess. Thankfully, as far as I can read, and maybe some of you better aviation buffs than I would know more, no crashes, oddly enough. But they did have mishaps, and mishaps happen, folks. It is what it is. That's why they call them mishaps. That's why they call them accidents. But no crashes that I know of per se into the housing areas before the runway. I think they might have had a couple go into the water around it, but nothing into those populated areas. So hence they built Hong Kong International Chap Le Coq as you know it today. Very similar to Kansai in many aspects, but they are connected still directly to land, where Kansai was completely built in the bay. So, but much of that airport was done just like Kansai. So, anyway, that's our big finale flight. That's the kind of flight I was wanting, not the one we were going to do. Not to say that wasn't a great flight, but it just didn't have that, what do you want to say, flair, pizzazz that going into Kai Tak has. So, and again, I'm going to treat it as a group flight, and I know full well, folks, it's Thursday. Now, granted, it's Friday Eve to many of you, but you're more than welcome to join us. That flight will be flown somewhere around 16Z, and I will do my best to be online on time this time, and we'll get that flight flown. So, but again, Raiders, welcome in. Thank you so much for following over, and love to have you follow the channel and see you on our future flights. Let's see, today's Tuesday, so Thursday we're in Australia. I think Friday, I don't think I have a scheduled. Let me, I'm checking my schedule right now, folks. Oh yeah, oh, wait, wrong Friday. Hang on a second here. Thursday. I stand correct. Wait a minute, what day is today? 18th? I stand corrected. Thursday's flight, folks, is Corfu, Greece to Salzburg, Austria. And then Friday, we're going to do Australia, Brisbane to Cairns. And I know that run actually a lot of people like. So, but I haven't decided the plane fully. Ansett will be the airline. I just haven't fully decided if I'm going to fly for a virtual airline on that one or not. So, but that's my side of the game, not yours. So, welcome in. And again, let's take a look at our chariot out here. Let me first do a quick system check here. May have to pull the power back a little more. Okay, she's wanting to do 0.9, so we're going to let her do it. Let's make sure our fuel's going to hold up. 4,500. All right, I think we're okay. Let me see where we are, folks, because we're kind of cooking here. And it's not with Crisco. All right, Sim Toolkit. Help me out here. Where's our top of descent? Okay, we got a couple seconds here. Let's look outside and take a look at her. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and bring up some volume on this. It's not like the TOLUS where you can manipulate it, but you know, when you get into that manipulator with the master interior exterior, on mine it like cancels out the sound to hear it when you come in. So there she is, folks. Oh, I got my aviator glasses on still. Hang on a second. Let's get those removed. Hey, there we go. We can see just a head better. Oh, yeah. And I promised it. Let's do it. Hang on. I'm going to move up. Swing us around. Let's take a look at this. This is one of those things, folks, that I really like what Laminar has done. Many of the sims that I've flown in the past, all they cared about was right to here, and that was it. I mean, literally, there was nothing behind them. Every now and then a developer would come along and fill it, but overall, that was it. Hang on. Had to get some coffee, folks. All right, so, I mean, while it's not as functional as, say, a Coronado Albio type aircraft, folks, it's outfitted pretty decently. I mean, with those aircraft, you'd have things working up here and some of this and that, you know, eye candy stuff. But, you know, just having the seats here looking nice and plush, and Austin, the creator of X-Plane, back here in the back seat, just writing my butt up. I can see I'm in so much trouble. But I jest. But again, little things like that really are cool. And let's head on back. Here, let me cock her. You know, right here, the door. I can technically open it from here and not from my short key, which I like in general aviation, folks. Now, in an airliner, no, it's not as readily needed. But I mean, we'll get right in here in one of these seat pod areas. Just, I mean, granted, you know, like Coronado, you'd be able to pull out the tab, move the sunshades, be all fancy schmancy, but their performance models aren't usually the greatest. But what they've done here, they've got a very nicely performed aircraft. It's just really a gem. And I think I just did what I don't want to see. Hang on. Okay, I didn't. All right, sorry about that, folks. We'll get reset here. I need to probably make a short key to put me back there. All right, so as we were saying, let me hit the right keys. But see, I mean, Austin's in the seat there, the creator, with his little Apple computer at work on something new for us, while we, or like I said, more likely, he's evaluating the loose nut behind the wheel and gonna write him up pretty bad. But I mean, really, overall, folks, look at that. I mean, again, Coronado, you get things like this. Default, usually in a flight sim, no. Like I said, it gets lost big time. So, anyway. It'd be nice if these worked, but you know what? Again, that's going to take a little bit off your performance that some of the lower end computers definitely need. But overall, folks, I am just amazed at all that he's done. There's that one wing, over the seat from the wing. Across the way is the other. I mean, just, again, I'd show off the clouds, folks, but there's a reason why the maps show it brown. It's a desert. But this is where a lot of safaris occur, so that's why we chose Botswana. And again, Vilak, thanks for the suggestion. Great one indeed. I really like this one. We're gonna get out here in one day and just start bush flying with the caravan out here. That ought to be fun. All right, I need to start figuring out our top of descent because now I'm way out of whack here. We're at 0.90. Yeah, you heard it right, folks. 0.90. You queen of the sky lovers, it's faster than that. So, but again, we had a great follow from BSO 001. Great job there. And hope your stream went well. All right, top of descent. I know we're going to set up for close to 3,000 feet a minute. I'm going to still go with my normal formula. So we're at 43. Oh, I better look at my arrival. Let's do that, shall we? Let's look at the arrival here, folks. For that, I am going to go ahead and just use Sim Toolkit. All right, and again, I told you it's one-stop shopping here. So you got everything you need right now. What is that? I have no idea what that is. Anyway, hang on a second. Ensuk, thank you so much for being aboard. Welcome in. Sorry about that, folks. Had a really... Oh, my nose has been draining. We've had a ton of thunderstorms rolling over St. Louis this week. I think we're getting ready for another round. And my nose is just draining. Overnight, of course, you know where that stuff sets in your lungs. Today, it's all being hacked out. Then tonight, we'll go through the cycle again. Ugh. Rough, rough, rough. Anyway, that's on me. All right, so as you can see where we are, Sim Toolkit, one-stop shopping here, if you will. That's free. Well, this is free. This is not. Charts you got to pay for. But folks, if you fly abroad, and by that I mean you don't just fly the United States, because if you fly the United States, all you need is SkyVector for your charts. Granted, I can't go in and show you that, but you can get your charts free right here. If that's all you're going to fly, I would highly recommend that. But if you're going to step foot in Europe, Japan, Australia, Africa, you might really think about it, folks. It is it's not expensive. It is a subscription, but it's not any expense if you want to keep your simulator up to date, your FMCs up to date. You're going to have the FMC updater for the RNAC already, and just tag it on with it. That way, you can go in here and you can get charts for anywhere in the world, folks, through Navgraph. And you don't have to it was so frustrating there for the longest time for me. I'd fly just simple places like Germany, Great Britain. Trying to find their charts is like, literally, was like trying to, find a needle in a haystack. And hang on a second. Why does my system do this all the time? It like, all of a sudden, it'll undo the mute. But anyway, my apologies there. But anyway, it's a very hard time finding charts till this program came out, and they had them all, and mostly JEPs. Jepson's one of the best approach plates out there, or departure plates. So just made sense for me to have it. And now that I can incorporate it into this free utility Sim Toolkit is just amazing. It's like I said, one-stop shop. So anyway, after all of that blathering, let's go to the arrival. You can see where we are. Here's where we're going, and we're going at 0.9, folks. So we're kind of cooking across the sky here. All right, ERDAS. Here we go. All right. Again, you can see Jepson, so you know you got a pretty accurate chart, although folks don't do this for real navigation. 4 flights out there for you. I don't know if that's available outside the U.S., but I do know in the U.S. it is. But just because it says DATIS, unfortunately, I can't use this to find out DATIS. Down there, I'd have to use Similware. Let's do that real quick. I need to update anyway. For all I know, he's not there anymore. I'm right. Oh no, he is still there. My bad. Just took a second. All right. So our controller is saying as of 1800Z, which I don't know, 45 minutes ago, 10 kilometers, 3,500 broken, Runway 19. Okay, so we'll expect the ILS. All right, transition 8,500 feet. All right. So there's our ATIS, folks. So we're going to come into ERDAS, track to our slowdown point, CTV, 30 off of Cape Town. Sorry, DME 30. Just put the two together. Then we're going to head down to... Actually, I don't think this one's good anymore. Hang on, we're going to have to change. Runway 1, I just caught that. All right, so you go bye-bye. All right, and we'll get rid of this chart. Okay, so what you can do now, folks. All right, so need a new arrival. Okay. Let's see. Hang on a second. Let me go back to flight. Cancel flight. We're going to be going to a different runway. Right now, he's wanting us on 19. 10,000 foot runway. That'll work. Okay, now why we do that, folks, is it'll then tell the system when I go to arrivals, start looking there first. So the ERDAS 1 Bravo, add that to the route. Okay. And he said something about an ILS. Looks like that'll be it. All right, I am not sure what all of this is. Oh. So we either go to Cape Town. Let me just see the RNAVs. Don't like that one. Really don't like that one either. So for now, we'll just stick that one to final. Do the ILS. Okay. All right. So, ERDAS is kind of weird. We're going to basically fly out, and we're going to vector off of so ERDAS to 30 to 11, make our turn, and just fly 010 until we're told to turn in to grab the ILS. Okay, it's about the only way I see this working, folks. ILS is 109.1, KSI is the identifier, and okay, so this is correct. All right, so now let's go to our ILS, which does not look like anything we're going to fly. We're going to head out here, and we're going to turn in probably around 13 miles out and come in. Unless he doesn't stay up, which may not be. He just, oh, he's changing his ATIS, I'll bet. So, thinking an RNAV would have been better on this, but we'll fly it. Okay, so then Cape Town approach, there's our tower frequency more than likely. I'm sorry, or this one. That's director, sorry. Tower, ground. 191's our final approach. Mandatory 3,000 feet at 8.9 from CTV VOR on the glide slope. We'll get our decision altitudes at the bottom. Missed approach. Looks like we come back to CTV and enter a hold. Direct entry for right-hand turns. Transition 7,500, and if we should lose communications, here's our instructions there. Okay. Descent-wise, come over 13.9 at or above 3,000, but again, mandatory here, 8.9, and we should be on the glide slope. All right, Pappy's both sides of the runway, and decision altitudes are 347 MSL. That is above sea level, 200 feet above the ground. So you choose which one you want to go with. They're both the same point in the sky. It's just how is it read is the difference. And I don't believe are Class C, but we're Class B. Not applicable. What? That don't make sense. Anyway, we're coming in. 550 meters. We are definitely not performance. I just realized that. We're not performance C. Lucky if we're not an A. Okay, let's go ahead, get rid of Sim Toolkit, and let's see where we stand now. And you may be wondering why I choose with the nav graph to show it in IFR or in the sectional kind of format. I like seeing the terrain I'm over. So that way, if something bad happens, now granted, at 43,000 feet, I got a little bit of time to think. But it just is a quick, okay, so high terrain way over here, which we won't make. But looking in here, it looks like some pretty flat terrain if I had to go down. Okay. Oh, wait, you're not seeing what I'm talking about. My bad. Let me bring it back up. So again, this is why I'm in this mode. See, you can kind of see the terrain and what you're facing. So if something bad happens, I lose an engine. Okay, I've got time to think from 43 as to where I'm going and all of that. I can start zooming in and start looking for airports and all of that good stuff, like right here. Right here's another. I can pull them up on my nav display and see if they'll pull up there. Here's another one, possibly reachable. So again, I'd have to pull up charting to find out if these two airports right here would be usable, but any port in a storm sometimes is where you have to go. So that's why I like this chart. All right, now we'll get rid of Sim Toolkit and we'll start our PFDs for landing. All right, so let's go to perf data. Nope, let's go to perf. There we go. Landing. Pull it up here. A lot easier to read. Okay. Runway. Okay, that's departure. Hang on, nav. Oh, we got to do arrival first. Okay, we're coming to runway 23, 19. We'll do the ILS. And this is where I would love for it to be showing me up here. Let's see what the star we're doing that one. Activate. Okay, so now if I go down here, we'll have a discontinuity to clear. Okay, and then we'll head out. We'll be on vectors at that point, and then we'll work our way on to the ILS. Okay, perf data. Now we can do landing 19191 length. Page 2. There's our VAP. So now if I go to V speeds here and click landing, there they are. Okay. So we are now set for arrival, folks. Hopefully. Now, for setting radios, we'll set nav 1. Matter of fact, let's do that right now. The ILS frequency. All right, hang on a second, folks. Give me a second here. Okay. And I will be right back, folks, while I work through this. All right, folks, we're back with you. Hopefully you were able to follow what I was working on. I know I didn't have the charts up, but basically I put in, so we've got everything lined up here. Not sure if it's going to show, let's see. It's not showing top of descent. But what I did is I programmed down here, actually, hang on. This is our ILS. This is our Cape Town. So might see it here pop up either here or here when we get in a little closer. But that's Cape Town's VOR, and this is the ILS over here for 19, which our controller is saying we have to do. I'm also going to go ahead, put 118 Uno. In the box over here, so when he tells me to call him, I can call him whatever I want. No, but anyway, let's do some quick math here, folks. We're at 43,000 feet. Need to get down to 3,000. All right, so 40 times 3 is about 120, 130 miles out. Let me make sure the star doesn't have anything different. No altitudes, just speed. Okay, that's cool. We'll put that on the map. So as we draw closer, we'll see them perfectly. All right, and folks, we are about, I am getting very itchy to think about top of descent here. Although we're 296 miles out. Not a good idea. Let's get down to about 180 and then I'll start bringing us down. Now, granted, SimBrief planned us at 3,000 feet a minute. That may be a little too stiff. Uh-oh. I'm starting to not look right. But yeah, there is an airport. I'm looking at, is it? Wrong screen. Sorry, folks. FALW, which we could have gone to in the Cape Town area, and I didn't think about that. But that's okay. We're coming into Cape Town. So. All right, and let's take a look off the wings. Still not able to see them. Okay. Starting to pick up some cloudiness, folks, as we press in. What do we got here? So we're coming up to UPV 16.5. Did we cross it already? Oh, we did. Okay, so we're just about into the southern Cape Town, Cape Town's center. So yeah, we're pressing along pretty good here. After that, we're gonna hit Oak Lock and then CSV and begin our arrival. So, All right, folks, so here's your chance. Take a break. You can put in exclamation mark ticket, get you in the running for a gift card giveaway we're doing next Thursday as we go from Narita to Hong Kong. Do not have to be present. I would like that to, I am treating that as a group flight, even though I know it's Thursday and a lot of you all are at work or just getting home, things with the family and all. But feel free to come up, feel free to come online and watch us. We'd love to have you aboard coming into Kaitak. The other, it's a gift card from Amazon, so you don't have to be present. We'll reach out and find out how you want it shipped. So, but again, Viewer Appreciation Month, it's my month to say thank you to you all for sticking it out with Flying with Mike and being there, be it if you just pop in and you pop out watching us for a little bit, following us. Hey, we love that support as much as we do our followers and even our subscribers. You all mean the world to us here at Flying with Mike. And that's what this month's all about. Come back and say thank you to you all. Last Friday was our anniversary date, if you will, for becoming an affiliate here at Twitch. And so I was trying to figure out what would be the best way. And our group flight was what I wanted to do. But Friday just to me wasn't the perfect day. So we chose Saturday and the route that we chose with Pan Am Virtual, which again will be a route we're using to Kansai. I'm sorry, correction, to Kaitak. It's one of those Kais. All right, so again, thank you so much for just being a part of us, being part with the show, being with us through it all, folks. We've been through some big highs and lows, and just can't say enough for all that have stuck it out and stayed with us and been a part of the experience here. And it's definitely been one for me, because when Hawker 125 approached me about being going on and being a streamer on Twitch, I'm like, what the hell is Twitch? Let alone besides twitching, you know, that you do close to twerking. But you know, that's a very bad visual. But 3 years ago, we came up a little more than 3 years ago, but we started streaming, and 2 years ago, I never thought I'd make it to affiliate status. I didn't think there would be a lot of people that wanted to listen to me or any of that. Lo and behold, 3 years later, y'all are still here. We're growing. We're approaching 300 followers. Woohoo! And man, it just boggles my mind, and let alone the explosion with our videos over at YouTube. It basically is just taking the stream here. I just upload it to YouTube. In this case, that night or the next day, depending how long it takes, it's out there for you. Folks, I am just blown away, and it just it humbles me so much that people are willing to follow a 3 or 1, 2, or 3 hour flight, let alone the 9-hour odyssey we did over to Tokyo, and I've done a couple longer than that. Testament to you all, folks. So thank you again. So next flight is, like I said, Corfu, Greece, up to, I think it's Greece, up to Salzburg. I've never been into Salzburg. Looks like an interesting airport for the Airbus. We'll fly that. And then we have we have a fun flight down in Australia, down under, and going from Brisbane to Cairns. So I think I pronounced that right. But anyway, that's where we're headed for the next couple of days, next day or so. And we'll go from there. All right, I'm going to take a look here and see where we stand on the flights. Let's see here. Not used to it not telling me top of descent. We're 200 miles out. Thinking about 180, I might start us down. What's this? Huh. Interesting. Like I said, there's very little data, folks. I mean, there's a good checklist that Laminar provided. To a point, it's just extremely basic. And little to no information on this version of the default FMC. It is different, and as you've seen, a little cumbersome at first, but if you fly this plane over and over and over for a good month or two, folks, it'll come to like second nature. You'll know exactly what buttons to push when you need them and so forth, just like on any airplane you guys fly. So it's just very cumbersome when you don't have all the information. Now let's take a look at our wings. And from what we're hearing, this was a month or so ago, when version 06 releases, and it may have released and I just never heard. These kind of get a sense of a pyramid or a weird shape to the clouds. Laminar thinks they finally figured out the cause. That's one of the issues hopefully addressed. But what I'm looking forward to is cirrus clouds, how they're going to work those. So, oh, look, like I said, neat things coming. Last interview I watched with the man in the back seat there, Austin, talked of the rustling in the trees and taking it to another level. I'm going to let you all go look for that one because that is fascinating, thinking where he's heading with that. So, all right. So, we are going to get ready for heading down. We're still on the FMCs. Let's take a look at our fuel load while we're here. I think we're good. We can still make our alternate with no trouble. Is that top of descent? Well, looky there. Ah, why does it show up there, but I can't read it down here? Huh. Interesting. Indeed, interesting. I hear you back there, Austin, snickering at me. All right, he's just having a ball back there as he's writing me up. He's probably going, "You're supposed to take me over to Oshkosh." Well, we're close. I just didn't make that left turn in Albuquerque. Let's take a look out front. We got an aircraft we're about to overtake. That's awesome. Looks like Kenya 784 going underneath. Awesome. Oh, let's see if on TCAS. TCAS. Yeah, sort of, but you got to be on that. Okay. Again, a lot to this, folks. Anything down here that brings... I had it on traffic. Oh, well. Anyway, folks. Fun times here. All right, so enough fun. We've had a really great time. Good flight here, folks, from Botswana. How did we pick Botswana of all places? You can thank kind of Felok for that. One of our followers. He's been around quite a bit. He just got off holiday, and he's one of those that gave me a lot of ideas for destinations. The theme for the month, aside from viewer appreciation. July is a big month for vacations. So I looked for a lot of destinations that people take vacations to. And he had a Corfu was one of his big ones. So we're going to actually come out of there. That was our first flight, folks. We flew in there on a King Air. It's up there at YouTube. But he also put down Tanzania for safaris. So, that was good. And then the CEO and beautiful wife of mine came up with Cape Town. There's one I never thought of, but again, that was the whole idea. Things I would never, because I was running out of ideas. And so that flight would have been 2,000, 3,000 miles long, and I wasn't up for another long flight yet. So I did a little, let my fingers do the walking at Mr. Google. And lo and behold, Botswana, Africa, which is just north of South Africa, the country, is the #1 safari place. Family friendly, according to Mr. Google. You all can argue it. Go argue with Mr. Google. He's always right. Yeah, if you believe that, you can believe I'm an actual citation captain. And if you watch the beginning of that, you know that's a bunch of... So, but anyway, so I thought, let's see what's in Botswana to fly out of. Lo and behold, we found an airport by the name of Gaborone, I believe it is. Hang on, I'm going to it right now. Hello, where are you, airport? Gaborone. And I'm like, hey, that's not a bad idea. We'll come out of there and cut the route down nearly 2/3 from what we were doing to start with, and put on a good stream still with the Citation 10. And so lo and behold, that's how Botswana came about. But Cape Town, I really like this. And one, I know it's because she has family there. Cousin, I forget the whole relation thing. Get me going on that, I get so lost. About as lost as I am flying this plane. But that's why Cape Town. And I thought, that is a good... Now, Johannesburg was on my radar. But I like Cape... I've been into Cape Town once already. I think it was with X-Plane 12. But it might have been X-Plane 11. And I really liked it, and I'm looking forward to this one, folks. Top of descent is right ahead of us. So let me go ahead and get ready to start setting up. We're going to come on down to 10,000 to start with, and then work our way in from there and adjust as needed. So just so you know our descent plans. All right, so checklist is now moved. And again, it's very basic, folks. I'm doing more thinking into it than Laminar did, which is fine. That's part of the experience, learning an aircraft. You got to learn these nuances. Oh, I actually got a center. Oh, okay. But they're not happy with me not coming down. Oh, what did he say? 125. Oh, it's going to take a little bit to set. Meanwhile, I'm going to need to start a descent. I'm going to go ahead and start that now. We just crossed stop at descent. They'll have to get over it. He's probably upset that I passed an airplane. Oh, that's the wrong. Okay, and I will contact you when I'm done aviating, sir. Thank you very much. I've got to get a plane into descent. I get very annoyed with controllers like that. D3. And let me pull some power so we don't overspeed. Jeez, Louise. South Africa Control, Citation 750 X-Ray Papa. Sorry for the late call. We were getting the aircraft set for descent. We are descending from 43,000 to 10,000.
Last caller, just confirm your call sign. I have ExecJet 750 on file.
Okay, that's us. We're descending from 40,000 for 10,000.
ExecJet 750 Cape Town, good evening, sir. Squawk 4720.
4720, ExecJet 750. And center, what was that squawk one more time?
ExecJet 750, the squawk is 4720.
Okay, 4720 for ExecJet 750. It's got a really...
ExecJet 750, you are identified on the squawk 7520 under radar control. Continue descend flight level 160. Comply with the ERDAS 1 Bravo arrival, runway 19.
Roger, AirDance 1 Bravo for ExecJet 750 down to 16,000. Ugh, they aggravate me sometimes. Can't tell, can you? kind of watch how we're doing this here. Keep our speeds in check. And that, folks, is a lot of reasons why I don't come online. Just sometimes get, sometimes I just scream at them. And I'm sure they want to scream at me too. Oh, yippee, we're going to have approach too. All right, so let me pre-select that. All right, so that'll be 119.7. You know, my luck, I'm coming in on a fly-in. All right, so we're coming down. Pretty good rate. All right, so we're to comply with, so bear with me here. Let me make sure nothing out of the ordinary is needed other than speed limits. Which is 30 CTV. Okay. I got CTV up yet? No. And CTV, by the way, folks, is Cape Town VOR. All right. I hate to say it to my lovely passengers in the back. Time to get them in their seats for the remainder of the flight. All right, folks. All right, we're back with you and working our way down here pretty quickly. How far up? 30? What's ERDAS? Okay, we still got 40 miles. Okay, to CTV. Oh, wait a minute. Now this says a whole different number. Hang on. We're going to see how this works out.
Okay, Tom Center, good day. Can you 784 rear check? Can you 784 read you 5? Yes, 784, thank you very much. We're with you at flight level 400. Sorry, I had to reconnect and from the network. It wasn't working earlier. No worries. Can you 784 squawk 4746? 4746, can you 784? Cape Town, good evening, Mikado 776 level 360. Okay, Correction, Makata 776. Good evening. You're cleared level 360. Comply with the ERDAS 1 Bravo arrival, runway 19. Fly ERDAS 1 Bravo arrival, runway 19. Makata 776. Kenya 784, you are identified on the squawk 4746 under radar control. Comply with the ERDAS 1 Bravo arrival, runway 19. ERDAS 1 Bravo, runway 19, Kenya 784.
All right, we're going to have to slow to 250 now, folks.
ExecJet 750, contact approach 109.7, goodbye.
Over to departure, ExecJet 750. Why am I on departure? Arrival.
Kenya 784, direct ERDAS.
Cape Town approach, ExecJet 750 through 22,416. Maybe. All right, we're going to need to slow even more. Cape Town approach, ExecJet 750 with you, now through 20,000 for 16,000.
ExecJet 750, good evening, Cape Town approach. Would you like the visual, ILS, or RNP approach there?
Let's go with the ILS as a backup, but we'll do what you need us to do.
ExecJet 750, descend flight level 90, expect the ILS runway 19.
ILS 19er for ExecJet 750 down to 9,000. 9. Okay. I am going to probably steepen us up. Okay, we're going to come off on a heading of 010 and
18,000 feet.
ooh, that's a heck of a turn back. Wow. But we'll also be at 210, and if we see the runway, we can call visual. Okay, so as you can see here, folks, on the nav display, our next one is 11 miles from Cape Town, which I'm not seeing. Oh, here we are. 15, so we're about 4 miles out. We'll hang a hard right to 010 and hopefully track outbound. He may turn us in quick. We don't know. I've never flown. I don't remember this approach, but that's probably what I flew, and I'm way high, and I feel like it. Gonna get some more speed brakes in. All right, everybody, fasten your seatbelts. Get ready for a wild ride as we approach Cape Town. All right, time to slow us to 210. There she goes.
Exit 750, descent altitude 7,000 feet, QNH 1025.
Copy the QNH down to 7,000, ExecJet 750. 7,000.
Attention all aircraft. Gate altimeter 3025.
Okay. And let's get her set. 1025. Hang on. ATIS says transition should be 7,500 unless I see something different. How we doing on speed? Okay. I don't see anything.
10,000 feet.
Okay, we're set now. 200 radar is good, and into the clouds. Okay, slowing up. Don't be doing that, girl. Why are you doing that? Slow us. Get some speed.
Exit 750, descent altitude 3,000 feet.
Set check 750 down to 3,000.
And exit 750, fly heading 360, left turn.
All right. Okay, left to 360, ExecJet 750. We'll get that descent going here momentarily. Yes. Sure those are all the way up. All right, we're gonna punch up our ILS. And let's check everything over here. Okay. Boy, she is a speed demon, folks. You gotta really keep on it.
Exit 750, left heading 320.
Left to, hang on a second. Left, come on. Left to 320, ExecJet 750. Left to 320.
Jet 750, further left, heading 260.
Now 260 left for Exec Jets 750. Can't. All right, we got a little ways to go here, folks. We don't have flaps out yet, and the reason being, okay, we're about to level off, and spoilers are up. Make sure we maintain at least 200.
And Exec Jet 750, left, heading 220, cleared ILS approach runway 19.
Cleared approach 19er ILS was 220 for the heading, correct?
AFib.
220 on the heading, Exec Jet 750. And I've got indication, I believe, of a glide slope. Let's make sure. Oh, we are not doing well here, folks. Is it 191? I did not set our heading. (191). There we go. Gonna go approach. Do I have...
It's an approach. Good day. Kenya 784 with you passing through 2404160.
Kenya 784, good evening, Cape Town approach. ERDAS 1 Bravo arrival, landing runway 19 ILS, descent flight will 90.
ERDAS 1 Bravo and down to 90, Kenya 784.
Okay, we don't have tower, so we're going to be ready for ground. Oh! Why did you do that?
Exit Jet 750, would you like a vector to come back around?
We caught it. We were setting for the ground frequency. We'll come on around for it. We got the airport in sight, by the way.
Exit Jet 750, further left heading 170, you're cleared for the visual approach runway 19.
Cleared visual 19er, Exec Jet 750. Come on around, girl. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get the slats out. Get some power in.
$2,500.
All right, we're going to start our descent. I think I got the runway in sight for sure. Oh yeah, there it is. Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 5.
Jet 750, surface winds 240 degrees, 9 knots, runway 19 cleared to land.
Cleared to land 19 net exec jet 750. All right, got the runway in sight, a little high. Flaps 25. But overall, we got a nice stable approach. So we kick it over.
1,000.
Let's go flaps full. A little low on the glide slope. Push a little power in for that. Let's get our V speeds up for landing. Quick so I know them.
500.
Not going down, airplane. Nice try.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Kenya 784, descent altitude 7,000 feet, QNH 1025.
7,000 and 1025, Kenya 784.
Don't have a taxiway to tell you. Hang on, yeah we do. We'll just go. Oh, is that Mike? And approach. They're not hearing me. Hang on a second. And approach ExecJet 750s clear. Believe we're on taxiway Charlie or Mike, one of the two.
Jet 750, sorry about that. Contact ground 121 decimal 9, thanks for flying.
1219. ExecJet 750.
Cheers.
Okay, switching over here real quick as soon as I kill this radar.
Kenya 784, further descent 5,000 feet.
5,000 now, Kenya 784.
I don't have any preference here, so Cape Town. Oop. One. What did I set? Oh, Cape Town ground. ExecJet 750 is off, I believe, at Charlie.
ExecJet 750, good evening. Welcome to Cape Town, sir. Confirm you are okay with stand Alpha 11.
Yay. You would ask me? Stand by, let me check. I didn't have parking charts up. Yeah, Alpha 11 will do.
Alpha X-ray 3415, contact Cape Town approach on 119.1.
Contact approach on 119.1. Thanks very much. Thanks for your patience. Have a good evening.
Same. ExecJet 750, kindly confirm.
Alpha 11 will be fine. Sorry about that.
ExecJet 750, taxi straight ahead on Charlie. Correct taxi to stand Alpha 11, via straight ahead on Charlie. Make a right on Bravo through to your left for Alpha 11.
Copy Bravo to my left here to Alpha 11, NetJet 750. All right, let's see how we do here, folks. We're taking a citation into a gate. Gotta love it. All right, I don't care. What's this on the end? All right, let's do the part we know best. Shut down. Yeah, it looks like they had a little rain. Something's out on the run. Don't remember seeing. Oh, get back over here. Alpha 11. Oh, good. They're nicely marked here, too. Cool. Well, I'm wondering, why couldn't I have taken one of these? That or GA is just frowned upon here, maybe? Always a possibility. All right, brakes are set, folks. Let's get that APU running. And let me talk to ground here real quick. And ground, NetJet 750's in the gate here at Alpha 11. Thanks for your all's great work today. Y'all have a great day.
ExitJet 750, thank you very much. Have a good day as well.
And we're going to Unicom before we shut down. All right, shutdown procedures. First off, let's get over here to the APU. First off, let's turn off 90% of these lights. Okay. Heat can be turned off. Aux pump can stay on. Master switch is on. Starting. All right, folks, and while it's cranking up, I've got landing or some kind of lights on. I forgot to turn my engine sinks on. Doggone it. All right, just waiting for the EGT to stabilize, and then we'll go to generator and okay, we're on maximum. We got all that set. We'll go ahead and shut these engines down. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything important. Flaps are indeed up. Okay. Not worrying about transponders. All right, cutoff. All right, this is where it gets fun, folks. Really hate this system. Let me try number one, see if we can get it to go first. What you gotta do here, and this is what's so hard. Lift the gates. That should have number one winding down. Okay, gonna do the same thing now for engine 2. See what I mean? How difficult. That's one of the toughest things on this plane to do. To get these engines properly shut. You know, that's the only way to do it, folks. And for us in the firehouse, it's easy. We just lift up the 2 gates, pull them back, and they shut down. And then we go through and get the rest of this garbage. Which is we won't touch the generators, but we just hit a gang switch and boom, we're done. It's not meant to be complicated. For the pilots, maybe, not for us. All right, everything keeps flashing, which is fine. We are wound down. External power. All right, folks, there you have it. We're in Cape Town. We're going to go ahead and come offline and get ready to see if we can do replays. Okay, the landing was 232 feet a minute with Mac Air. IREP's been filed. Sometimes it gets very intense in this plane. All right, just because you can't get that gate to open up. And charter, it was received. Okay, goodbye. All right, so let's do it, shall we? Let's review the flight real quick here, and then we'll go into trying to do replays. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, so here's Sim Toolkit. All right, so you can see you got to file the report, and it showed 270 on our landing. Hey, that's not bad, folks. Wait, second flight, I've, by the way, flown in here. All right, so what we do, come back up here. Oh, it is filed. Okay. You got to make sure your logbook page is up. And once it's up, click on the flight. There's our routing. View details. 2-hour flight, 680 miles. There's how much fuel in kilograms and our landing rate. Not bad. Now, here's what I like about Sim Toolkit the most. This is probably one of the best learning tools out there. When you know you're having rough landings, you can't figure it out. Well, here at least you see the metrics. I got a little slow, I think. We'll come back and look at our V speeds in a minute. But 102 seems a little slow to me. But we only hit at 1.3 G, so I'm not going to complain too much. I don't think my passengers were, but they filed NDAs, so it don't matter if they complain. They can't complain. Well, they can complain, but there's no court in the world that'll listen to them under an NDA. But anyway, but what you can learn. Okay, here's the threshold for this runway. Going forward, each of these hash marks, folks, you see, they're 500 feet down the runway. So 500, 1,000, 1,500, we landed 2,000 feet down the runway, which you can see right there. And we were about 9 feet, and you could see us kind of correcting. We're using the rudder kind of ever so slightly, get it so we're close to that center line, because we got over a little too far again. Okay, perfect runway. We had 10,500 feet to work with, so perfect for us. All right. So there we have it metric-wise. Let's push that away. And we're going to give it our best here. So let's get in the cockpit, go over here to flight, toggle the replay mode, halfway there. Okay, we'll go a little further out, about right here. I'm going to see what it sounds like out here. Now that's about as well as we're going to be able to get out of her. All right, let's get some appropriate music going to this. practice again. We landed a lot further than I think 9 feet over. Thought you'd all like that little flare there. Hey folks, that was a pretty good landing. Let's look at it one more time. We'll take it. Let's roll back out here and see how our passengers liked it. Little high, but on a 10,000 foot runway, folks, it's not a bad thing. And actually, I didn't know I was on the runway. So that's why the little bit of a fighter kept the nose up. And I didn't arm the speed brakes. Okay, so we'll have to figure out how to do that for future flights. All right. Other than that, really a nice flight here. Let's take a look from Austin's seat. Okay, he's a little further back. Nice landing. All right, folks, we're going to look at it from one more view. Hopefully, the tower. Oh, we may not get to. Nope, so we'll get out ahead of it. I mean, they did a good job putting the camera right in the tower, but unfortunately we can't see the airplane. Hi folks, I want to say thank you. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you BSO, Double Lot 1, for the raid. Hope you all enjoyed it, Raiders. That's what I'm talking about, that fighter in there. I didn't know I was actually on the ground. But thank you all, one and all, for coming aboard. Hope you all had a great time. I actually had a great time flying the plane. I always say it. One day I'm going to keep flying it more and more. But for now, folks, we're going to wrap things up. And again, I want to say thank you to all the viewers for Viewer Appreciation Month. Without you, there's no way in heck this stream could keep going. Thank you so much for those that just pop in. Thank you, followers, all 290 plus of you. Subscribers, you're the one that keep us going with the money so that we can buy new aircraft, new sceneries, and keep going. Thank you all so much. Folks, next up will be Thursday out of Corfu, Greece, up to Salzburg. So, hope to see you then. If you haven't done so, !ticket will get you a in the hat for a gift card giveaway 27th of this month. God bless you all. Have a great day.